All right, we got Kami House versus what is it? Tapu Finishers. Does that sound right?
Tapus and bottomus.
Hmm. There is a Tapu on both sides of this battle.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if either of them are building a bit more around the terrain to see if the interruptions of it come into play. A little weather battle on the ground.
Seeing some new characters here from Kami House in
Yeah, yeah.
Crocodile,
Getting their
Aerodactyl, the
Y'all
Tapu.
good?
Yeah, all set.
All right.
Let's see how these turf wars go on with the Tapu battle. That's why I'm gonna dub that. We've had weather wars. We're now in turf wars.
Hmm. Well, we may start it off with round one. Mew and the Tapu Fini, who should be, pretty well set to fight this Mew.
Yeah, it's natural speed slower, so the taunt not really working there. The U-turn allowing it to just pivot on out.
There's the Tapu to reset the terrain to
Yeah, the
grassy.
defog to cover
Yep.
it.
The defog there pretty key for the Landorus and the Charizard to come in. And the Zapdos.
Yeah, that grassy terrain's going to be able to heal any of the grounded Pokemon. And when we look at the team's Reckless, he's got three of his Pokemon are flying, so he's not going to be getting advantages of that or his own Tapu. In those regards, his Tapu's stopping status effects from coming out. So we can see a Toxic coming out. Ox King, great for that because as it comes in, it will set the terrain to allow the Toxic to go out.
Landorus hurt by the Rocky helmet, so still did a decent amount of damage to the Mew, but probably physically defensive. Good damage there on the Landorus. And as expected, gets that Charizard out there to be able to Mega Evolve here. Good play there.
Yeah, really good heads up play getting that Charizard out before the rocks. Now I won't have to worry about it as much, but gonna go ahead and set up. We see the Ice Beam, the fire typing insulating the dragon typing.
Yeah, and he did heal a little bit from that last round of the grassy terrain.
And when attacking into this Charizard, you really want to be going for ground attacks to attack the fire typing, as that's an uninsulated one, or dragon to attack the dragon typing. Everything else is pretty well insulated. It's a very nasty combo,
Yeah,
but notably losing that flying to be able to use the ground.
kind of
We see the crocodile
interesting.
coming, he's able to threaten that now, getting the intimidate to bring the attack drop back down.
Yeah, yeah, that stab earthquake. It is interesting though. The Charizard Reckless opting for earthquake rather than one of the stab moves against the Mew. Might have been able to kill the Mew faster with Flare Blitz or a Dragon Claw or Outrage.
Yeah, my guess would be he's worried about that water Pokemon coming in, trying to attack its poison typing. There we see a miss from the Superior.
Mm-hmm.
Good protect the scout there. He's not committed yet, still unbroken. Yeah, gonna bring in Tapu Fini and reset the terrain, which will protect from the toxic.
Missed anyways.
Turf Wars, baby. Turf Wars.
Yeah. Stones and turfs. That's what this battle seems to be about. But notably, Leech Seed's still applying on the misty terrain, so that will apply a little bit of pressure here. Mm-hmm. Normal effectiveness on the Horn Leech with the flying canceling out the super effectiveness.
Yeah, good use of the Intimidate to bring that damage down a bit in the Rocky Helm to chip outweighing the heal. Well, the order matters as well.
And Landorus notably does not have a way to heal outside of leftovers, so this Toxic is really doing work.
Oh, and going for an Earthquake bait by getting hit with the U-turn.
Yeah,
Could
and
be a
that's
fully supportive Landorus and not even run any kind of stab attacks.
always kind of been my issue with Aerodactyl in the Mega slot is just he's so thin and squishy. But he is quite fast. The Superior might be Scarf though, so we'll see who's faster.
Well, it won't be Scarf because we saw it do a Leaf Storm and swap into Protect.
Oh, true, true. So probably.
So its
Oh, it has a
goal's going to be to
leftovers, I
take a
think.
hit.
I think it does have leftovers if I remember right. So
Yeah, yeah, that's what allowed it to top back off from the rocks chip.
it was that plus the grassy terrain. Interesting though, we could see if the Z move is on the Aerodactyl. Oh, it can't be because it's the Mega. So
Yeah, it's still a question of move pool. With the Fang ability that it picks up, it could have the Ice Fang or the Fire Fang to attack in its superior. It could have Stab Flying.
yeah, I was
The
thinking a
Stab
flying
Flying can
move.
sometimes get left off for more coverage.
And what stab flying move would it carry? Like Aerial Ace?
That is a fantastic question. That is a very common issue with flying Pokemon.
Right, right.
Notably, some Pokemon will even take, not in this case because of the Mega Stone, but they'll take flying into their move pool. They'll take the move Fly purely to use it as a Z move. There we see a Protect for the Scout. Seeing Ice Fang. Superior doing a great job purely as a Scout here.
Yeah, but I don't think Ice Fang will kill the Superior, where I do think a Leaf Storm will kill this Aerodactyl. But no, choosing to
But
swap.
unwilling to commit yet. Yeah, Bisharp able to take that hit fairly well.
This is where it's risky, though, with the rock move. Um, so we'll see if he goes for a sword stance and pays the price. But no, just presses the stab sucker punch. Nice. Good call. And again, Aerodactyl showing one of his weaknesses. Just he has no priority moves himself, so can't really fight that. Um, and they're paper thin, so. But here comes the Komodo. We didn't
Yeah.
see Kami House actually get to deploy his Z move last week, so maybe we'll see it this week.
I'm curious if Reckless is going to swap straight into the Tapu for the call on that. Also able to threaten out with the Fairy Stab into it or Ice Attacks into the Dragon typing.
Very true. He may also get greedy and press Sword Stance.
I gotta say that Como is a beautiful shiny. I would love to see what a Bisharp looks like as a shiny. But Reckless's team is unblung out. Oh, and Cone for the substitute, the safe play. I love seeing that.
Yeah, sitting behind the sub is great. The Zapdos will be able to take it out, but this is a turn where you can, if he has the Z move, that is, you can freely just press it. And here it comes, Clangorous Soul Blaze.
A very weird Pokemon has its own unique thing. Clanger's Soul Blaze, it forces it to run a special attacking dragon move when it really wants to be physical. So typically the rest of its move set will be physical, and you'll even, give it minus special attack. You're really just using the Z move to get that Omni boost, and it pushing damage is just a great bonus. But now behind a substitute, Zapdos just unable to put out the damage against the dragon typing.
Ooh. Can't intimidate a doll. Going with the double swap into the Tapu Fini finally makes it. And that is the Pokemon that's going to be good against it. Flash Cannon with
Oh, but
normal
it's special.
effectiveness. Yeah,
He went full special with it.
interesting. And Flash Cannon with the water typing on the Tapu Fini isn't as great. Flamethrower will not be good. There's the Moonblast.
Yeah, that Moonblast is gonna shred it. Does he have something that can push damage into the Tapu? It's not seeming likely.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. He lost one of his big damage dealers in Aerodactyl, and the Mew kind of went down for free, it felt like. He just kind of
Yeah,
said,
but
it's going to
Reckless
happen.
Reckless has also lost his Charizard, so he's also down his Mega. And notably, there's some good damage on that Landorus. As you mentioned before, it is hard for it to heal up. A lot of healing and still some good offensive pressure on Random Wizards' team. But that Superior just looks very scary.
Yeah, and here's the Zapdos. He's going to try to get a roost off here while the weak poke, or the, I guess, not as aggressive Pokemon is out. Yeah, and this is just going to be a roost, so pretty obvious there. Um, you're a little bit behind the gun now as Random Wizard. Don't think
Yeah,
the
letting
Como
those walls
O.
get free heals.
Yeah, I don't think the Como O is going to be able to break this Zapdos very easily, but he is maybe the burn, nope, no burn, and he's just going to Volt Switch out and probably swap back to the Tapu.
Yeah, but there we see the spikes coming into play, poisoning the Tapu Fini before the terrain's able to set up. There's the defog having a defog away this poison spikes, not having a poison team to absorb it. Poison Mon. Superior really taking up that spot as the grass. There we're just gonna see more toxics come out. Looks like Random Wizard's gonna try and stall out a bit with this his Tapu Bulu and the Toxapex able to regenerate her and just kind of leech seed and grassy terrain through. But there we see that discharge hitting well into the water type,
I
possibly
guess
expecting a double switch.
either that or maybe a Heat Wave.
He could even just be trying to burn the turns out. as we see that protect and then the regenerator with all the healing ticks. It is adding up to get this Zapdos back down, but the Zapdos does still have its roost. Obviously, with poison, you don't want it to ramp up too much. Yeah, I'm just going to get the toxic spikes back down. We're seeing a bit of a wall off. It's a wall off.
I mean, it's possible that. Oh, and sends out the Landorus. I think maybe he's just trying to get a clean swap because, or maybe he double swaps because I would have thought that you would have just maybe went back to the Tapu there and then went for the double swap into the Superior, calling the Bulu. But Leaf Storm, I'm not sure how strong that would be into the Bulu.
Yeah, I think a little bit of extra value out of the Landers would be nice. Yeah, getting the Stealth Rocks back out is what he's going to opt for. Could have seen some knockoff, could have seen a U-turn just to get a pivot out and, save the free swap for later.
And notably, it has been uh, Reckless who's been the one casting the defogs. So, opting to
There,
go for Stealth Rock while the Poison Spike is out.
but there we see his answer to the poison spike. He brings his steel out, immune to the poison, immune to the toxic.
Yeah, it's true. And this may be an opportunity to press Sword Stance.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a leech seed set up. Try and set up more seeds to continue this kind of stall and get more healing out of the Bulu. Even if it's into your other Mon.
Knocked out the Como. Saw its life orb there. Seeing it with a life orb makes me think that, and Defiant procking off the Intimidate. That's going to be a nice steroid here. We'll see if the Crocodile can outspeed, because an Earthquake from that will kill this Spy Sharp pretty easily.
And normally not known for its speed in particular. Crocodile is a wall breaker mostly. But we see Reckless not willing to take the risk. I agree with the play though. You got to still go for those kills in this point. Try and even up the number of Mon a bit.
Going back to the Bulu quite quickly, and this is going to not pay off well, because he's going to be able to, yeah, just swap right back to the Bisharp. And it
Yeah, but
basically,
risky doing the Volt switch into the ground Pokemon there.
yeah, true, true. And I would have thought maybe he would just go straight to Tapu Fini, but he wants to knock the leftovers off, which is going to be good. There's the Leech Seed. And maybe now he goes for the swap to Tapu Fini. Yeah, there it is. Predicting that, the Horned Leech comes in, heals up Ox King a lot, and Tapu Fini does not want to fight this thing.
Yeah, the big downside to Tapu Fini is that it doesn't have its own innate healing, so really just not. Oh my God, the Ox King, he's so powerful.
Placing the Toxic and the Leech Seed. Oh, swapping to the Crocodile, this is risky. There's the Heat Wave. Maybe trying to absorb an electric move there. Um, he might
Yeah,
have like a
utilizing the
crunch
leech
here.
seed to counteract the rocks a bit.
He might go for the Stab Dark move. He may also have a rock move, like a rock slide. We'll see what he's got. I don't think it can get Sucker Punch. Oh, he has Pursuit and gets the Zapdos on the swap. Very nice. Superior with the grass typing, grass move, would be able to dispatch this Crocodile quite quick. Likely swaps
Yeah,
back
this
to
is
the
the scary
Bulu.
part. This is definitely the scary part because it's gonna start ramping, and it's got the super effective attack. I would have loved to have seen the boost off of the Leaf Storm there.
Yeah, agreed.
Go for the boost first, and then let your hidden power, attack through with the boost afterwards. As you see the toxic lay down.
See, it's big
There's the Leaf
damage
Storm going
still.
with the boost.
Yeah, it's still.
Possibly expecting the Toxapex to come in, but
Oh! Mega Horde! Big
Ah,
damage.
sick.
Big damage there. But if he presses Leaf Storm and it hits, Ox King's gonna go down. That sucks. I wonder if he's gonna go for a swap here just to keep the Ox King up.
Yeah, Ox King's kind of been his answer for a lot of these Mon, but at 13% and coming back in, it would have to take rocks again.
Oh, this might kill. Ooh, doesn't kill. And Toxic's not gonna kill either.
No, but he does have Protect on this Mon, so he can go for Protect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
there's
true.
the Baneful Bunker just gonna lock it down. Reckless One saying Superior, you've done your job. You've cracked these walls a bit. Let's see if the rest of the team can come in and finish it up.
And Steel into Water's not great, and Sucker Punch is not great into the Kid Buu either. It does obviously not get poisoned when it comes out, but I would have probably liked to have seen you go to the Zapdos here and try to roost. We'll see. He may just press knockoff. Go for the stab. Ooh, there's
Oh,
the grass.
1%.
Going for the Swords Dance. So he did have it. And
If
no,
the Bulu's faster, it can go for the Leech Seed here. Yeah, with the Sucker Punch. Yeah, he's just going to be able to heal up a bit more.
we're gonna see a knockoff right here. I don't think Reckless
If
is
he's
gonna wait.
faster, he can go for the Horn Leech. No, he's not faster. He's got all that bulk investment, but now the Leech Seed's out there, putting a timer on the Bisharp.
Yeah, if you go for the Crocodile here, though, you really just cannot press Earthquake. Like, I know it's tempting, but like, I don't think you can risk it. You can't lose a turn.
Yeah, I feel like at this point you got to go into the Toxapex and try and stall out a bit more.
But it's very low HP, so we'll see.
Yeah, the goal would be to use the grassy terrain and the Leech Seeds to try and get some free healing. Along with your regenerator, it can get you a little bit more back into it.
True, it did heal off Regenerator, so I think that is the move. And yeah, so we'll likely see a Baneful Bunker here. Oh, and pressing Sword Stance, predicting the bunker.
That's a lot of healing.
Yeah, Toxapex doesn't have a lot of HP on its own. And
But
going for Sucker
continuously going for the
Punch,
Sucker Punch,
I don't
yeah.
really understand that. You've got the Steel move, you've got the Dark move, just press your stab.
Yeah, with these slower Mon, you got to recognize your time when you can go in on them. There's the Baneful Bunker just going to take more Leech Seed damage. The Leech Seed just paying in dividends.
Finally,
There's the knockoff just going to smash it.
100 to 0. Here's the Crocodile.
The Intimidate
Defiance.
boosting it even further beyond.
And maybe he just presses Sucker Punch and he's just like, well, yep. Dark on Dark didn't matter, that'll do it. And winner.